In this video, we learned how to communicate and evangelize.
What's next? Cherries. All right, here we go. Oh, the fruit of the Spirit's not a cherry. Oh, the fruit of the Spirit's not a cherry. You don't want to be happy. You might as well hear it. You can't be a fruit of the Spirit, 'cause the fruit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control.
Comes up to you to tell you something, okay? The proper response, even if you get a text, is to just take the phone, put it in your pocket. Now, if it's an urgent, there are some times, like if it's your mother, let's say your mom texts you, and you look at it and you see it's your mom, what would be the proper way to handle David when he's trying to tell you his awesome new cool item thing that he got for Christmas? You're telling her about your cool phone, all right? And then she gets the text from mom, and she just looks at it, and she goes, could you hold on just a second, David? My mom texted me. I need to text her back because it's very important, okay? All right? All right, especially if he's taking a long time to describe all the cool new features about his thing. You might have to say, excuse me, I need to answer my mother. You want to make sure that she's getting communicated with, okay? But if he's talking and you're just getting a bunch of texts that aren't urgent, the respectful thing to do is put it in your pocket and listen. About this new quilt that she's working on or something like that, I disengage. Do I say, do I just keep looking at my phone and not pay attention to her? No. Even though the thing that she's telling me is not interesting to me, you know who is? My wife. She's my friend. I'm interested in what she is interested in because that's what she brings joy to her. So I share that with her and I listen, okay? And so when she starts telling me about that, you know what I do? I lean in, I listen, and then another thing too is when she tells me about what she's doing, a good thing to do is to respond with questions. That tells the other person that you're paying attention, okay? If you're letting the words just go over your head, all right, and then she says, what do you think about that? I don't know. I wasn't listening. I'm sorry, would you repeat yourself? And then she goes, well, you don't care. Now, I like programming, all right? And there'll be some breakthroughs I have when I'm on the computer. Sometimes I know that she's not going to get anything out of what I tell her, but I get so excited about solving some problem. I go and just tell her about it, and she gives me the respect by listening and leaning in. And there have been times where I've seen she was like on her phone or something like that. And I know you're busy, but can I just tell you this one thing? And I go blah 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 blah, and she's listening, right? And she smiles at me and she kind of chuckles and she says, I have no idea what you said, but it sounded really cool. But that's part of showing care, for the other person, because it's the person, not because it's the thing that you're not interested in, but because you care about them. All right, now let's move into religion or recreation. You can say something about your Pathfinder club. You can say something about, I go to this church. Where do you go to church? Or you can talk about a hobby. Well, I enjoy playing Roblox. Or I enjoy... What do you enjoy?
Roblox.
Wait a second.
Roblox too.
You play Roblox? So she just said she enjoys playing Roblox.
Wait a minute. Same.
Wow! Now you guys just found out something in common that you guys... Did you know she enjoyed playing Roblox?
No.
Now you know. So here's a principle. When you're conversing with somebody, it's good to share something about yourself and then ask them about the same thing about them. Now, there's all kinds of different ways that you can do testimony or personal experiences. For example, here's one that you can do tomorrow, okay? Let's say you meet somebody new at the Skate Palace, and you could say, hey, I had an awesome time at our Pathfinder club, all right? Pretend you don't know what Pathfinders is.
Hey, I had some time at the
What's the Pathfinder Club?
It's a place where we go learn about God and do fun activities.
And you say, you mean you can learn about God and have fun? I'm serious, I've had people ask me that.
So you mean you can learn about God and have fun at the same time?
Yes, my health club is here. Skate palace.
Ooh.
Then Megan says, "You want to meet the director? He's really cool."
Hey, you want to meet the director? He's really cool.
Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Sure, I think that'd be fine.
Okay, follow me. I'll go introduce you.
Okay, so with a little practice, you got to try this stuff out, okay? Then you talk about your hobbies, religion or hobbies, okay? Like go to church. And then you can tell your personal testimony, all right? Now, we don't have time to go into testimonies, but I do want to help you guys find that testimony experience, okay? That's something that is got to be personal, powerful, and relevant. What's the name of our club? What's our club name, Megan?
Group 180.
Group 180. And what is our mission as Group 180?
Turning lives around for Christ.
Okay, turning lives around for Christ. Very good. That's our mission as a club. In order to help turn someone around, do you think you have to get to know them? You have to be friendly, right? So if you had met this young man at the skating palace tomorrow, he didn't know anything about Pathfinders, okay? And you introduced yourself. My name's Megan. You said, well, I'm Creedon. Now, you know some things about each other. But when you now talked about your experience at the Pathfinder Club and how you do fun activities and learn about God, and he was like, whoa, you can have fun and learn about God. You said yes, and you want to meet the director? You just became an evangelist. You were saying, do you want to meet the director? Because maybe he wants to be a part of the club too. So this little exercise has given us a framework, an outline of how we can get to know somebody and then share your experience. That's being a witness, you see? And if you use the FORT method, F-O-R-T, family, occupation, religion, and testimony, you can get there. Let me ask you a question. How have you used the FORT method in your experience?
For example, I'd meet individual people, talk with them, and then all of a sudden the subject would come up with like, what do you do? And I would come up with like, I edit videos for my Pathfinders, I edit videos for my dad, I edit videos for myself. And actually, if you want to see it, and then normally this is where either I get my phone out or they get their phone out, and we will search up Group 180, whether they have YouTube, TikTok, or nothing. You can still search it up on Safari and we'll end up finding it.
So when you start bringing out these videos, are you in some of these videos?
Yes, I am. I even showed them some of my personal favorites and some of the ones that I remember the most that were important to us.
Okay, so what's that next step? So he's introduced himself, family or friends, right? Then he's talked about occupation. What is he doing now? You're sharing your testimony, your experience, right? You can also say that in there, some of those, maybe you skipped ahead, but your editing is kind of like a hobby as well. So sometimes O and R can go together, all right? Sometimes the occupation and your recreation can go together, okay? But if you're trying to witness to people as well, you want to bring in your faith. You want to bring in your religion. You want to bring about your experience, because that experience that you have is what is the key to unlock the opportunity to now share and testify and witness to this person. So what's next?
What's next? We discuss how their ministry is in life, and sometimes they don't have it. And at that time, they're actually quite surprised and interested in what I'm showing them. And part of the time, they actually follow. And not only that, but I also, afterwards, I tell them my story and how we got to this, because a lot of our history came from mainly our family that built to this big group of friends, family, church family, and everyone else.
Okay, so you see what I was doing now. Instead of leaning back with my arms crossed, now I was leaning in. I was engaging with the subject, and I was responding. Did you hear me responding? Okay? These are all very important things to be thinking about and being respectful when you converse with people, whether it's your parents, people that you know, or people that you don't know. All right? All right, thank you very much. Appreciate it.